What do you think the biggest training difference between Sweden and Canada is? What is it? Is it more days, faster pace, more on the ball things, more in the gym?
There's two things to it. They sound quite obvious, but I can't emphasize how important they are. The first of them is players in Sweden train so much harder.
Yeah.
I mean, the warm-up is as intense as anything could be in Canada. I mean, I've played at all sorts of levels in Canada with many teams, and I've never trained this hard this many times a week.
Yeah.
You can't afford to have a day off, really.
Right.
Like, literally, you can't. And secondly is, of course, the pace, the level of play. It's so much quicker here. Like, in Canada, you have time to take a couple touches, look around, and play that perfect pass. In Sweden, there's always someone on you.
It's a millisecond before you can.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have time to dribble. You don't have time. It has to be done quickly. So it really gets your mind going, and it puts you in situations that you would avoid in Canada.
Right.
But here, you can't avoid them. So you really grow as a player. I mean, you get to situations that you would avoid, and you improve so much doing those things.
It's true. So would you credit the mentorship of Nelson and Huffman, but the more competitive style that SAAC provided you, with helping your development get along to that further level? Seeing that competitive edge, getting that competitive kind of coaching furthers your development.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that SAAC is the perfect stepping stone for a player who wants to make it to the next level. I find that it has a perfect balance of quality, competitiveness, not like other leagues that I've played in Canada, where it's all, big, fast players, but there's no quality, or super competitive, you know what I mean? Like, I think that the SAAC league has helped me a lot. It's been the last league that I've played in before I moved to Sweden. And I think that, it really gets the right things going for you. Like, how do you say? The right...
It's like a stepping stone. It gets you in the right mindset. Gets you
exactly.
prepared.
Like, you start doing the right things on the ball, even though it's obviously at a lower pace than in Europe, because not many teams in Canada play as a high level as
Right.
Europe. But it's like the perfect stepping stone, because you really learn to play the proper way, and then with that you can take it there, and a couple minutes in you can start playing at a higher speed.
So Kevin tells us you're playing with kids that are like 20 years old and 20, like things that are over that. So what's it like playing against competitors that are older than you, but he seems to say that you're still dominating them, you're still on the ball with them. It's not like you're missing a step. You're right there with people that are 2-3 years older than you. So what would you say that is because of?
I think it's like you said, the past in Canada. I mean, Kevin and Huffman helped me so much, as well as my past coaches before. Playing in the SAAC league helped me so much, and I think that by doing those things year after year properly, when you're put into a quicker environment, tougher environment, it only takes you a certain amount of time to adapt, and then after that you can really build on it and start performing. And I think that, like I said before, like, you can't afford to take a day off here. Like, you're always constantly working, because every time you're on the couch, someone else is working hard, right?
Exactly.
So you can't afford to just stop. And with that mindset, if you keep working hard like you did in Canada, over here, you can start performing. I mean, at first it was difficult, because you're keeping up, you're trying to keep up at that level.
Right.
But then when you get to that level, that's when you can try to go even higher and perform at that level.
That's great stuff, and I encourage you to keep going with that. Honestly, it's a great mindset to have. You'll go places with that kind of mindset. That's incredible. So what would you say to young athletes that could be watching this video, could be reading about your interview that's going to go on our site? What would you say to them that want to say, okay, you know what, I know I have the ability right now, but I maybe I'm 12 years old. I'm not ready to go there yet. So what would you say to those people that are just like, you know what, I can do this, but I'm too young. What's the next step for me?
I mean, I've gone through so many ups and downs in my career so far, and I've wanted to quit so many times. I've cried over it so many times. I've bled over it. Like, the one thing I would tell a kid is literally never give up. I know it sounds cliche and basic, but it's so true, because if I would have quit, I would never be here. If I would have quit after a bad game or bad season or a series of serious injuries that I've had, I would have never been here. But if you just keep going and keep working hard, and as I said before, when you're on the couch, someone else is working hard. So if you keep that in mind, you'll always be out on the pitch training. On Friday nights, when your friends are at a party, you're on the field training. You know, when people are just hanging out, you're on the field training, and that's what makes a difference at the end of the day. Like, you just never give up, and one day you'll get there.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you for pronunciation for the team you play for, because I don't want to mess it up. So how do you say it correctly?
Huddinge.
Huddinge?
Yeah, Huddinge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so our question for that is, describe a day in the life of a Huddinge player. So what you would do when you woke up in the morning, what you do, how many training sessions you would have, is it team meals provided, and then like you go home and you take a nap, then come back out, and then like what would you do on just a daily basis?
Well, basically, we have trainings every night. So what I would do is basically wake up, have breakfast, and then get on with my schoolwork right away, so that you get that over with the day. I live very close to the training facility, so I can get in and get a couple sessions in. I can get a run in. I can go running up the hill, use the facilities, use the materials. It's all up to me. I can sometimes I call my coach who's there, and we get in an extra session with him. And after that, you come back home, have a snack, have a nap, and then get on with training at night. And when you come back, you can maybe catch the Champions League game. And
there you go. Some good matches on this week. There's some great matches. Yeah. I watched the Liverpool-Dortmund game, Europa League. That was a great game yesterday.
Insane.
So now that you've witnessed European football firsthand, what do you think Canada has to do to get to that level? What do you think? Is it leagues? Is it coaches? Is it kids just have to have a certain passion and they have to go for it? Like, what do you think needs? Because you said when you got here to Sweden, if people are sitting on the couch, other people are working. So maybe some people in Canada don't take it seriously enough, or maybe they're not being pushed enough. What would you say is, now that you've seen it, what do you think we can do back here to push our athletes along? Because it's not like we don't have a lot of people that are interested in soccer, but maybe we don't have the most skilled right now. But at the same time, we can develop that, but maybe we're going about it the wrong way.
Yeah, I think one of the main reasons for me is Canadians look at it in such a competitive way as kids. So when you have a U11 team playing and the parents are getting angry because their team is not winning, and the parents only want to sign up for the team that wins, it's like, it's so depressing. I mean, the kid is only 11. He just wants to have fun, right?
Right.
So I think that one of the main reasons in Canada why we don't have success is because of the parents, actually. I mean, here, kids that are 11 years old just go out and they play because they want to play, because they want to have fun, right? But when a parent pressures their kid that they have to win, they have to perform, when they're 11 and 12 years old, by the time they're 15, they don't want to play anymore. It's been so tough for so long. But when you're 15, 16, that's when it has to start getting tough. But before that, it should be just enjoyment. Like if I go walking around here on the street, I'll pass by maybe 50 kids just playing, just for fun.
You won't find that here in Canada.
Yeah, you don't find that in Canada. I mean,
right.
Yeah, of course, there's more interest here, but I think that people in Canada look at soccer in such a competitive way at such a young age that here they just do it for fun. They literally just love to play. And some players play knowing that they'll never make it. Some players play to make it. But it's just, they just love the sport. And I think that kids at a really young age should just look at it like that. And there's also the turf fields in Sweden are always opened. You can turn on the lights when it turns dark. You don't need to pay. If there's no one playing on the field, you can just step on it and play. In Canada, it's looked at in such a monetary way.
The lights close at 10 o'clock.
Lights out at 10.
Yeah.
You have to pay when you play. Like, if an immigrant child wants to play on the field but can't afford to pay $100 an hour, why should, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And there's no one on the field. Why should the field be closed? Here, it's always open. So I think also the government supports the development of the players a lot more, and really the parents or the coaches can't really do anything about that. But I think that when it comes down to coaches and parents, at such a young age, it should just be for fun.
Right.
Because that's when you learn to love the sport. And then when you turn 15, 16, 17, that's when it starts to get tough. But then you can take it. I mean, you can deal with it when you're that age. But when you're 11 and 12 and your coach or your parent is screaming at you to perform or to win,
it doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help at all.
It was a very smart answer. Very good. So just a couple more questions. What were a few of your best moments while being part of SAAC? Now, Huffman already told me a couple, and I'm not going to share them because I want to see what you say first, and then I'll reiterate some things that he's emailed me and told me a little bit of stories about, and we'll see if they match.
All right. There was one game where I came in late to the field, so I couldn't start the game. So the coach told me, you're going to have to come on at halftime. So we were down 4-0. And we were playing Sigma, which is a very good academy.
Yeah.
And, we were down 4-0 at halftime. And so I came on at half, and I completely changed the game. I got, I think, 3 or 4 assists or something like that. And, we ended up tying the game 4-4. That was a very insane moment. There was also, this was against Sigma as well, when we were tied 1-1 at the last minute, and then one of the buddies on the team struck the ball from the halfway line to score a goal and win us the game in the 90+2 minutes. Yeah, so that was but I mean, every game in the SAAC was it was balanced between fun and competitiveness. I mean, you enjoyed it a lot, but it was always respectful and but great for the development for the boys. I think every team tries to play properly. Not if you go in the like OYSL and all that stuff, where you have those big players and those big teams who just kick the ball up and use their physicality to beat other teams. I think SAAC, every team that I've played, some have been weaker, some have been stronger, but every team that I've played tries to play the ball on the ground and tries to play properly, which I think is really good for everyone's development.
It is. Oh, let's see here. Okay, so tell us the main attributes that you possess as a player. You say that your idol is Andre Pirlo, so is it more of you're like a maestro, you like to control the ball, you like to, see your teammates find them open?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was never gifted physically. I was a very chubby boy when I was young, so I learned to get rid of the ball quicker because I couldn't run with the ball because I would get tired. So with that said, my attributes, I'd say, calm on the ball. I'm very calm on the ball. I like to play the ball simple, quick, and then sometimes spray that long ball through. Just keep the tempo going, keep it nice and composed. I'm not really that Ronaldo guy or that Messi guy who will dig the field and everything, but I think that the simple things done make the difference at the end. Yeah.
It does. Okay, now name one thing that you miss about Canada. It can be anything. It can be Nutella. It can be seeing, I don't know. It can be anything. Just name one thing that you miss.
My friends.
Okay, there you go. Okay, and the last question. What is your dream as a soccer player? So that can include clubs, trophies. It can include anything you want. What would you say if you could picture your dream right now from today, and you could see yourself in, let's say 10 years. Let's give it a reasonable amount of time for like a trophy and like something like that. What would you say is your dream?
Well, I think that if a dream isn't crazy, then it's not a dream.
Okay,
so
there you go.
I'd say I'd want to play at the World Cup. That's the ultimate dream. And who knows if you'll win it, but I think playing at it would be quite a climax.
Would be the best atmosphere in the world. Best sporting event in the world, best atmosphere.
Yeah, incredible feeling. Yeah, I
All
can't
right.
even imagine.
That's all the questions we have.
Right.
We just want to say thank you for this. We wish you the best
Yeah,
of
no
luck
problem.
from everybody here at SAAC. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
we'll be in touch. We'll continue to stay in touch with Kevin. We'll continue to stay in touch with you.